What is going on, my peeps? Your man Versatile is back with another video. Back here to talk about some Google Pixel 6 and Google Pixel 6 Pro news. Yes, Versatile? Wait a second. You cover Google Pixel tech news too? Well, for those who are new to the channel, of course I do. Yes, back in the past, I have had my share of Pixel devices. I've had the Google Pixel 2, I've had the Google Pixel 3a XL, which I will be doing a video on shortly, and I have done, or have had the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL in hand, using them for a good period of time. Of course, as I mentioned, I still have the Google Pixel 3a XL, and I miss my Google Pixel 4. I like the Google devices. I did not cover them last year or throughout this year so far, such as the 4a, the 4a 5G, and the Pixel 5, because I just simply put have not been able to get my hands on them. And Google may not consider me part of Team Pixel, but I am still Team Pixel despite enjoying my plethora and share of Samsung devices. That being said, I would really love to get my hands on a Google Pixel 6 Pro or even a Pixel 6, but I definitely would like to get the 6 Pro. And as you guys have been hearing me say Pro, yes, Google is dropping the XL branding for the Pro, at least according to Jon Prosser of Front Page Tech. Yes, he is back with some tech news specifically about Google, and it is nice to, one, see him back, and two, to get some pretty good news. So if you guys are looking forward to that, before we get into that, if you guys haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. And comment down below if you guys enjoy the Google Pixel devices. Comment down below if you're looking forward to the Pixel 6, or if you think Google should just hang it up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, let's get into the video. And yes, as we see here, exclusive Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro full final specifications. This is from Front Page Tech's own blog channel, or website, if you will, by Jon Prosser, published 2 days ago as the recording of this video. And as you guys see, as I mentioned, the XL branding is now in favor of the Pro branding. We know Apple uses that, so and OnePlus uses it on their devices, so it only makes sense. Oh my goodness. It only makes sense for Google to finally adopt similar branding. Now, oh my Lord. If we see here, first of all, the pics, it looks great, right? Aside from the camera module hump that we're gonna get, at least it appears that it may even it out when it's sitting down on a flesh surface. Of course, it's a little rounded off at the edges, which makes sense. So I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I do kind of like the 2 to 3 tone look with the black camera zone, orange at the top, and that may favor other colors such as black or another shady white like color, or orangish or pinkish, whatever they're gonna call this. So I do dig the look with the G logo smack dab there, slightly in the middle of the device. I like it a lot. I like that Google seems to be trying this year, because if we scroll down further, this is where it gets interesting. We get the specifications for the Pixel 6, 6.4 inch screen, AMOLED. The rear camera setup is where it gets really interesting. We know Google has been #1, if not #1A or 1B when it comes to camera technology or camera quality for smartphones. And we see a 50 megapixel wide, which essentially is the standard camera. And then you still have the 12 megapixel ultra wide. That seems like that never budges. I think LG was the only one that attempted a 16 megapixel ultra wide throughout their smartphone days. But we see we still get an ultra wide here, and we get an 8 megapixel front camera, front facing camera. That really hasn't changed throughout tech history. And then a 14 milliamp battery. So it's already gonna be pretty big or substantial in terms of battery tech in the 6.4 inch Pixel 6, 8 gigs of RAM, Google's own processor. Yes, just like Apple has the M series chips, their own chip for their phones and devices, Google now is jumping into that same territory, creating their own processor, which makes sense because back when they created the Pixel Visual Core for the Pixel 2 series, I thought that was a great idea, and you saw the manifestation of what Google wanted, or vision at least at that time, for camera technology, and that was for other apps to actually use the camera built into the phone, not its own third-party camera software. And the Pixel Visual Core allow for Snapchat and Instagram to actually use Google's camera as the shooter and not its own third-party based software app processing camera. And that's why you got significantly better image quality out of your pictures that you would take for apps during that time. With the Pixel 3, I think they dropped the Pixel Visual Core, and it seems like Google was just always experimenting every year. As we know, with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, it had motion sense, and much of that went away with the Pixel 5. So it is going to be interesting to see how Google tackles the processor. It would be nice if they could bring the Pixel Visual Core back, because I really liked it back when I had the Pixel 2 with those behemoth bezels. I liked the Pixel Visual Core. And then of course we see 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of storage, and of course Android 12. Pretty interesting specs just for the Pixel 6 alone, which is why it's very, very tempting. And you know me, again, I'm not a big phone guy. I like smaller size phones, so it is interesting to see that they're not even attempting to be close to 6 inches for the smaller size Pixel 6. As you know, the Galaxy S21 is 6.2 inches at its smaller size, and I actually like that. So another 0.2 inches I wouldn't be opposed to, but I think I want to get the most out of a Pixel device. And if we scroll down a little bit further, we see the Pro's specs, codenamed Raven. I like it. Teen Titans, baby. Screen size 6.71 inches. So now you're approaching the S21 Plus's size. You're looking at a 50 megapixel wide still and a 48 megapixel telephoto camera, which is very interesting. That's substantial. You should get better image quality therefore with the telephoto lens, so that's good to see. And you still get your 12 megapixel ultra wide, but the front facing camera improves to 12 megapixels. Very good on you, Google. And a 5,000 milliamp battery. So I like that approach with the Pixel 6 Pro, and of course Google's in-house processor, 12 gigs of RAM, and then you get an option of 512 gigabytes of storage along with Android 12. I like everything that we see here in terms of the Google Pixel 6. But the biggest thing that Jon also mentions, if we look at the last two paragraphs here, really the second to last, is Google may commit to at least 5 years of software updates. Now, before we get too happy and think we're gonna get 5 years of hardcore firmware updates or Android version updates, what they could be doing is 3 years, just like Samsung, because right now Samsung is reigning king in terms of software support for the devices. It could be 3 years of Android updates and then an additional 2 years of security updates. Right now, Samsung is a total of 4 years, where you get 3 years Android updates and 1 additional year of software updates. So if Google can set the precedent at 5 years, it will make it a lot more interesting for people, customers, and Android enthusiasts to jump on a Pixel device because of the long-term support we'll see with the devices. That's one of the things that really, really excites me about the Google Pixel 6 series as well, is the news that we're going to be getting some sort of 5-year support, much like Apple and their ecosystem. So good on Google if these stats, facts, specs, leaks, rumors are true. Jon is usually pretty accurate with what intel he gets in the tech world, so I'm not opposed to any of this, even if it's even slightly off. Being slightly off still means we get great Google Pixel devices this year, and hopefully Google will allow me presence and entrance into Team Pixel officially, because I would love that. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the Google Pixel 6 series. Are you guys excited about it after hearing the specs and some of Google's plans? Are you looking forward to it now, or are you still side-eyeing? Will you pick it up if these specs are indeed true? You picking it up regardless? Let me know down in the comments section below. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, relax, see what's cracking. But your man Prosser signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.